Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talk to Rami. This is your host, Rami, and today is an exciting day because I'm talking to a great friend that I know her since 2013, and I was just telling her how time flies as we get older. But I have Marlene Blaszczyk here, the CEO and the founder and chief editor of motivateus.com, the first site that actually I posted it, my article in 2013 with the title of Hope in Times of War, Memories of an Iranian Sergeant. While I was serving in the Iran-Iraq War, I posted it, that, and it got quite attention. And that was my journey. It started with motivateus.com. Marlene, welcome to the show. I am so happy that you are here. We were thinking doing that for a long time.
Yes, we have. And thank you for inviting me. I'm delighted and I feel very honored to spend some time with you today.
Yeah, the same here, Marlene. And, we go way back, 2013. I never forget, I sent you an email.
Yes.
And I said, hey, this is a story that I want to get it out. And you were so open to it. You were so nice about it. It wasn't because I was very vulnerable at that time. And,
Yeah.
and I said, oh, if she says no, or am I doing the right thing? But you welcomed me and you post that article on motivateus.com.
Oh, yes.
Why did you do that?
Why did I do that? Well, number one, I have a real love of people. And I think everybody has a story or two that's worth telling and sharing, because so many people out there feel alone. They feel like they're the only one that has this kind of a feeling or a problem or an opportunity. And when we share parts of ourselves that really make us vulnerable, other people will go, yes, gosh, I thought I was the only one that felt that way. So there's a connection that's made. And I'm the type of person that if you said to me, how would you like to conduct business? I would say face-to-face would be my first choice.
Yep.
My second choice would probably be what we're doing right now, where we can still see each other. And the third is through, obviously, email. That's a big part of Motivate Us, that I communicate with people. And, I have people that I've been communicating with really since I almost started the site. It's really crazy. I had no idea that it was going to go the way that it did. But I always look for people and articles and stories and quotes that uplift the human spirit. I think there's enough negative news out there. I don't need to contribute to it.
Amen.
I want people to know that there are more positive things in this world going on than they even realize.
Sorry, but this is amazing. But I know your story a little bit before we talk a little bit about, how you started motivateus.com, but tell our listeners and, viewers that how did you start it? Because in 2013, technology wasn't like right now. You had to kind of code HTML, and the website, it wasn't like a friendly, mobile friendly, all that stuff that is going on right now, WordPress platform. You had to do a lot of stuff, and you didn't know any.
No, not when I started. I didn't even know. I mean, I knew how to turn on a computer.
Yeah.
But I didn't care to know how it worked. Like in the inside of the box. I wanted to know how to use the programs.
What was your fuel?
Well, I got hired into an internet company that Hank owned.
Oh.
Okay. And I was hired in as a salesperson. So my job was to go out and find customers. This was back in 1996, who were looking to put their feet into the internet as far as marketing. And I have an industrial ed background in psychology. So I went for tier 2 suppliers to General Motors, Ford, Daimler Chrysler. And I also went to some of my competitors because they had their list of people of who their customers were. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to call these people and find out if they're happy with their website. And one thing led to another, where I started getting people who said, yes, I'd like to talk to you. So I'd go out and visit their shop, and I'm curious. I want to know everything. So I'm going looking around, talking to the workers, asking, the president of the company, what is he currently doing to market his business? And if he had all the money in the world, what would he like to do with the internet? And they tell me, and then I kind of have to deflate it a little bit and say, that's great, but how much time do you have in your life?
Not that much.
Let's start with little increments, that you can manage and we'll be successful. So I'd get a customer, I'd come back, and, I was really happy. And Hank said, oh, guess what? Now you're going to have to learn how to code. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, you're going to have to learn design. You're going to have to learn how to do HTML, JavaScript, because if you don't know how to do it and the customer has a problem with the website, who's going to fix it? You are, Marlene. And I was like, okay. So I was kind of like a type A personality, perfection. So I would just painstakingly work on these things till 7, 8 o'clock at night. And they had to be perfect. And they were.
Now look at it. The motivateus.com, you got close to 4,500 pages, as I believe.
Yeah, a little more now.
Yeah, and it grew so fast. And now is a source of not only motivation for people like me, because I read it, I read a lot of codes there, and and the people actually can contribute to the site.
Yeah, that was the great thing about it. After I had started practicing my HTML, I put together one page on our company website so I could keep us kind of motivated. So I'd pick out a quote, I'd publish it, and probably I would say within maybe 2 or 3 weeks of doing that, here comes a little email. Oh, to whoever's working on this page, we love this page. Here's my favorite quote. Would you mind putting it up? Because back then when I started this, Rami, I hate to say it, but there were about 100,000 websites in Google's index.
Wow.
Okay, so not many people had a website.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And those who didn't really do too much with it. And I think people were really looking for something that they could connect with. So I offered to publish their quotes and their stories. And it made me better because I had to read every one of these. I mean, come on, you get surrounded by that much positive energy, you feel like you're just going to go crazy, explode in just happiness galore. So it was a good thing. Everything was fine until the .com fall.
Yep, I remember that.
And people were very concerned, businesses were concerned about spending money. And so what happened was our business just kind of stopped. And we ended up closing the internet company, came to my house, and continued from there and kept publishing. So I had a great hosting provider that I was with for many years. And then I made a kind of a U-turn and went with somebody else who promised me the world. Oh, we can improve all of your ability to increase your AdSense revenue. And Hank and I talked about it a little bit. And so I said, okay, we went over, and I wasn't the type of person they wanted because I knew too much about what was right and what was wrong about a website. So they took my website, they put all their code in there to make it look like it was a different theme every time somebody would go to the website. They were doing testing. So I was the guinea pig. And
Oh,
eventually around 2016, I got tired of being the guinea pig for them. So I went back. Hank and I talked about it and decided to put my site in WordPress. So that was the beginning of, that was in 2016. So that was 7 years of whoa, whoa, whoa. And all the time, I'm still updating the site. I've met so many wonderful people from around the world. It's amazing to me. And to watch them bloom in their careers, I can't even tell you how happy I am for these people.
yeah,
You know,
we all need some source of, motivation, inspiration, and we all find it in different ways.
yes,
Like me myself, I listen to a lot of things, I read things, and I kind of, feed my brain because I'm a big believer that your mind is everything. What
yes,
you think is gonna what is gonna happen.
mm-hmm,
What you visualize is what you're gonna see. And the
yes,
power of visualization is so important. And most of us we ignore that, and we see things we don't want to see because we manifest that through our lives.
yes, that's
And because
true.
we keep ourselves that, all this negative stuff, and it's gonna happen. But being a positive by itself is not enough either.
No,
You really have to take action. You gotta, kind of adjust and shoot, adjust, shoot, and is a journey, is a definition of life. And we all
that's,
we all fail, and I'm so happy that you actually one of those resources for the people, that people can actually go to the motivateus.com and kind of get inspiration. If I'm always thinking that if we can change one person's life,
mm-hmm,
just one person, we
yeah.
already done our job.
Well, I would have to agree with everything that you said because I'm a big person on visualization. That's why I do daily quotes on a picture. I
Wow.
want to have an impact. And sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, but I'll get somebody who'll say, how did you know this is exactly what I needed today? I don't know. It's probably what I needed. If you take a look for as long as I've been publishing, I think you could see kind of patterns of what I was choosing over time and what appealed to me, I think would appeal to everybody else. I don't publish everything that's sent to me because there are duplicates. There are people who they can't grasp the English language, and they try so hard. So I help them by saying, "Is this what you meant?" And then we will sit together and work on how we can put it out there in a way that is in a positive genre. Um, so I think visualization, I think being positive, yes, you have to do that, but you have to be proactive with your life. And it's up to you to find what inspires you. And then that will motivate you to take your next step.
Yep, I agree with you because we all want to reach the greatness. We all want to be successful. We all want to be rich. We all want to be famous. But what we don't think is how we're going to do that.
Right.
First of all, it's impossible to do it by yourself. I am telling you this publicly because whatever I have it from the people around me, the people that, like you, they were there for me, the people that cheered me, support me, they believed what I believed, and
Yeah.
they always, were next to me and say, "Hey, keep going, keep going." And this is the environment that we need. There's only being a positive. That's not gonna work. You got to put yourself in the environment that really feed your
Mm-hmm.
goals, your dreams, and your ideas for the future. And I don't know why some people don't do that. They get used to the old pain, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't know that the old pain can be a new fuel for the future. You go
Yes.
to divorce, I experienced that. You go to bankruptcy, I experienced that. You go to 9/11, everything it happens. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows, you know.
No, no.
Life is tough. Sometimes it really beats you to your knees, but we can't give in. We can't surrender. But we have to be realistic. We have
Yes.
to see if something comes in our way and it's not working. Find a reason why. How can I turn this around rather
Mhm.
than giving in and sitting back and say that, okay, I'm done. I'm going to throw the towel. I'm gone. And everybody telling me that, oh, it's easy to say you've never been there. I say, yes, I've been there many, 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 many times,
Yes.
personal, professional lives, but it all goes back to our mind.
Sure it
When I
does.
think, and I'm sure somebody inspiring you too. I'm sure you had your ups and downs as well too. We all had.
Yes.
But what is inspiring you, Marlene? What is inspiring you to keep going, get up in the morning and change things and say one more thing, one more day, one more call, one more email.
You know what inspires me? I get humbled and inspired daily on a daily basis. I have
That's
people
amazing.
who reach out to me. I just got one this morning from somebody who's on my list, and he wanted to know. He said, "I don't mean to be rude, but I wanted to know have you ever experienced like a life crisis?" Yes, I have many times,
Hmm.
and I don't always talk about myself because I don't really think this is about me. I think I am the conduit to allow people to come together in a way that, in my mind, I always visualized a community of people who could talk to each other, who could maybe find ways to work together with each other. And I haven't quite accomplished that yet. Um, I'm going into my 26th year of doing this. I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. Like,
That's a long time.
it is. And I have so many other interests too. I mean, I love technology. I love business. I'm mentoring someone right now who has been an entrepreneur for 30 years with a product and needs some additional assistance in moving this product forward. So, we've been talking now for the last 3 or 4 months, and I've suggested various organizations that he could reach out to that have the business skills, or they have access to people who have the right business skills that he needs. And my job is to kind of cheer him on, bring him back to earth and say, maybe when did that happen? Oh, 25 years ago. Throw that over here. Let's not even talk about that. Let's talk about today. Where do you want to go today? What's your vision for the future? Let's break that down into pieces. How are you going to get there? So these people I've suggested you go talk to, okay, they came back with these suggestions. Fabulous. How did you feel about those? Because sometimes, when you get something in your mind and you can't let go of it, it's what you talked about, thinking about yesterday, thinking about the past. It can prove to be a barrier for your growth.
Oh, absolutely. I've been there. Sometimes I kind of think about something that happened last week and I just keep reviewing my mind. And then one day I told myself, stop it. Where are you going, man? It's just doing the same thing, thinking about the same thing. But what can you do to turn it around? What can you
Yeah.
do to change it rather than just keep thinking about it? And this is absolutely true. And we are all human and we all go through this crisis that I call.
Yes.
And we have two options: to dwell or to just get up and say, how can I change it? What can I do to go forward? It's human nature. We have tendency to do that.
Right. And I think what really holds people back is the fear of the unknown.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And, fear is a healthy emotion at times. I mean, when you are kind of up against the wall, you better have your fight or flight going for you. But there's the fear of the unknown is something that your mind will play a game with you, because your mind will do what you ask it to do. And so if you keep focusing on the fear, the mind says, wait, gosh, you kind of like this stuff. Let's look at more things.
Yep.
Let's see what else will scare you. And so I really ask people to really stop and think for a minute and say, okay, if you know there's a problem and you know you have to change, try to be accepting of that fact that you have to change and take one step. You don't have to go the full 25 yards right now, but take a step forward. Do something positive. If it's you need to make 25 phone calls, start by picking up the phone. Dial a number. Have a smile on your face when you're talking to somebody on the phone. And if they say no, say thank you, bless them on their way, and away you go. Go to the next. Does it always work? No.
No, yeah.
But it's something. You're doing something.
But as I said, I really like that what you said about the fear, because my definition of fear is it's just something that you didn't work, do it again. I think fear is an illusion. This is my interpretation, that fear is in our mind. Like I have fear, I was in the war and fear of dying every day. But after a month or two, you get used to it and you forget. You forget even of dying. And
Right.
say, oh my God, am I gonna die? But fear is something that I think is our mind, as you said, that is gonna trick us. It's nothing more than the trick that is gonna trick your mind and it's gonna say, no, don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. Like, fear is designed to protect us, like fear of fire.
Right. Right.
Is designed to do that. Like, but we have to be a person that decide what we're gonna do.
Most definitely. It is up to us.
It is up to us. And you said, if you want to be fearful for the rest of your life, okay, you're going to be fearful. But if you want to be afraid of everything, and you're going to be afraid, nothing going to change. But the things is about the fear that stop us is just that fear of losing, fear of vulnerability, fear of what other people thinking. I know so many people, they're not doing what they're supposed to do or they love to do. And I talk to them. They said, I'm just wondering what other people they're going to think about what I'm going to do. I said, who gives a shit? Who cares? Really? Who cares? I remember they told me don't even get into the public speaking. Don't get into the podcasting, the interview. Oh, you have a heavy accent. I said, who cares? I'm not perfect. I said,
That's
so
right.
many people, I speak 5 languages. So what? Of course,
Right.
I want to have an accent. But I'm going to do it. Yeah, I said, I'm doing it. I love it. People like it. I'm not perfect. Who is perfect? Nobody.
Well, who wants to talk to a perfect person? There is not
Exactly.
one. Anyway, so, who's kidding who?
There's no perfect. I think we are creating our own fear sometimes. I see so many people. I really see they don't have anything like to be afraid of. They're just creating that fear constantly. Yes. How about this? How about that? I said, stop it. Stop the madness. Don't do it. Just keep going forward. And I always tell them that you stop, you die. This end of it. Keep going. You fell, get up, dust off yourself, and then keep going forward. This is life. And the one thing that you cannot buy, you know it, I know it, is time.
That's right.
Can you, Marlene, go back to 2013, do something differently? No. I can't. But if I can think about what I could do better when I was a restaurant owner or, 9/11, yes, there's many ways, but I did what I could with what I had.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Now I'm going to do what I can do with what I have with the current time and technology.
Yes.
Educating myself, reading, executing, hanging out with the people like you, talking to people like you. As you said earlier, we're all here under one roof. They call it the earth or
Yes.
planet, regardless where you're from, your nationality, your skin color, what language you speak. We're all human and we are
Yes.
here to help one another. That's the end of it. That's it.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. If you're not here to help somebody, then you better not hurt them.
That's the purpose of your website, is that motivate us.
Yes.
Okay. You didn't say motivate me.
No.
You didn't get that
No.
domain, which is, if you could get that domain, you would be very rich right now. But motivate us, it means motivate us. Like us is about us, like all of us. Basically, you created a pond that you said everybody can join this pond and
Yeah.
add to it.
It is
Add
about
to it.
motivating us, all of
Yeah.
us.
It's all of us. You accept all the emails, you
Yes.
accept calls, you accept, meetings. How can we motivate us? How can we help each other to motivate each other? That's the beauty of it. And I don't know if, Marlene, I'm serious. I don't know, some people, they can feel it or see it, and I'm not going to judge them, but the human power and what we have as individual and what
Mhm.
can we do for each other is unbelievable. There's no price for it. There's no price for it. You cannot put price on it.
No, you can't. It's a wonderful journey, our life. And I'm the type of person that, yeah, I know about what happened back here. I can't change anything about it. I'm living right here in the moment. The future, I hope, is coming up. But what I do today is what matters.
Absolutely.
So if I have the opportunity to help somebody today, to lift somebody up, to encourage somebody to keep going, I'm going to do it. And to tell you the truth, I really don't care what people think about what I'm doing. I'm not involved in all this politics because everybody is welcome. I don't care as long as you're nice to people, as long as you're kind. Yeah, we can get along very easily.
I think the kindness is still exists, but some of us, we decide to not see it, not feel it, not touch it, not express it, not say it, not be it, and that's sad. But we all capable of doing great things in this world, like you and I, and so many of my friends. We contribute to what we can.
Yes.
And that would be the whole world. Just a little bit dent. If we make a little dent, that's priceless.
Well, I'm a firm believer, Rami, that what we put out affects everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
And there are people that don't believe that. And I've seen it. I've felt it. I've encouraged people to really think deeply about what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're feeling, because your mind is so powerful. It is so powerful. And we can communicate our thoughts. Come on, let's face it. We don't have it just kind of stuck in our brain. It goes out there. And could you imagine what would happen if every person on the planet decided that they were going to really start their day by reading something that was positive? How would that affect everybody else around them? I mean, it's amazing. When you wake up and you're in a good mood, everybody notices. They want to know what's going on. Why are you in such a good mood today?
Yep, you're right.
Well, you can have that too. It's choice.
So everything we do is a choice. And, going back to what you said, as being a human, we all human. I know we were created by God with a power, higher power, and everything else. But at the end, if you think carefully, we all the human, and we are the created creator of our own species. Like we create the next future, we create the next generation. That's what when I had this conversation with Dave for the AI, and then a lot of stuff going on right now. They're saying AI is going to kill the human race. AI is going to do that, but we are the creator of the AI. At the end of the
Yes.
day, we are going to manage it. I know it's going to be someday it's going to run by itself, but who started it? Who created it? We did.
Yes.
We
Yes.
are
That's
in
right.
control of that artificial intelligence, and we build it, and it's out there, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow. But
Mhm.
at the end, the power of human created that. And as you said, we are so powerful behind our imagination
Mhm.
with our mindset.
Yes.
If that mind can create that artificial intelligence and do all this, and what's wrong with that? That we cannot
Yeah.
simply understand of giving to others.
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
That's my question. Why we create all these great things in the world, we cannot really grasp the really concept of helping others. That's it.
I know. And you hit on a very soft spot for me because I don't get it. I don't understand why
I
people,
trust me, me either. I don't know how people do that.
I don't either.
I really don't know that. And every day, like the technology is growing so fast. Are we going to catch up with it? Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe.
But where we are going, but the speed of technology is high. But I think it's our job to understand that at the end of the day, we are the power.
Yes.
We are the boss. We are people that we can decide what's going to happen, good or bad.
Yes.
If you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, you're independent, I don't care. I
Right.
don't
Right
care.
on.
I never understand what Democrat and Republican they fight when we have one goal to make this country a better country.
That should be
I really
everybody.
don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, two chefs in the kitchen, they're fighting, but your goal is to put the best food out there. Let's work together.
Yes.
And it's with everything else. That's what we don't understand. That as human, we all can come together and do amazing things. And what we decided not to.
Yes. Why did we decide not to? That's what I want to know. Why have people decided not to do that?
Maybe we are selfish. Maybe we want everything for ourselves. But I told one of my friends the other day, I said, we came naked. We're all going to go out naked.
That's right.
You haven't seen any hearse, any U-Haul behind the hearse.
No, you're
Nobody
not
can,
taking
yeah.
anything with you.
You can't take it. It's Steve Jobs. Come on. Came naked, went out naked.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is going to go naked. We're all going to go out. We're all
That's
going to
right.
go out. And what is the legacy? Is what you do right now, at this
That's right.
moment. What Marlene is going to do to answer that email, to help that person, or what Rami is going to do with his podcast to help another person to maybe move that person 2 inch forward in his or her life.
Yes, exactly. It's to me, it's something that kind of just is in my soul. I can remember when I was a young child, I had an ability where people would say something and I would answer back and they would go, "How do you know that?" I said, "I don't know. I just do know that's what it is." And as I started getting older and older, people would come to me and want to talk to me. Can you help me resolve something that I'm thinking about? So I've kind of had mentoring and coaching in my life for a long time, but I wasn't the type of coach where you just sit and ask questions. No, that wasn't it, because I didn't understand any other style. So I've learned I don't give advice necessarily that's not asked for, because not everybody appreciates it.
Not everybody can take it well. I
No.
know that. And, I had those people in my life, trust me. They come to me and they ask me, what do you think I should do? And I say, you should do this. If I were you, I would do this. And then
Right.
they go and they're not doing it. And then they come back and said, I don't know. I said, and why did you ask me in the first place?
Mhm.
because I cannot change you if you don't want to change, if you don't want change, if you don't welcome improvement, if you don't welcome, the advice or anything else align that, nobody can help you. Even the Jesus
No,
comes down is not going to help you.
no, that's right.
It's just all, it's up to us. But my question for you is, do you have any regrets?
Um,
You got to be honest. Come on.
yes, of course I do. Of course I do.
Everybody has, right?
Everybody has regrets. But do I let them rule my life? No.
Do you?
No, I don't let them rule my life.
How?
Well, I have learned to forgive others and I've learned to forgive myself. You see, my dad was in the Army Air Force in
Okay.
World War II, and he was a staff sergeant. And he had to be very focused and strict because other people depended on him for their life. And so he ran his family very similar. And I was always the defiant child. I was the one that was like, what do you mean? I don't think that's right. I'm not going to do that. And it developed into kind of a little comedy of errors. Do you know what I'm saying? And I didn't really understand when I was younger that people sometimes are the way they are based on how they were brought up, how their parents were brought up, and if they would have known better, they could have done better. So they did the best they could based on what they knew at the time. Once I learned that, well, then I could really start forgiving people.
But that's very hard to learn, Marlene, because
Yes,
a lot of people, they say, okay, I forget, but I cannot forgive. And I know so many people
really.
yeah, I have some. I said, I can't forgive, but I can forget. I forget what my dad did, but I cannot forgive him, but I can forget it. And basically, what I'm hearing from you, and maybe I'm wrong, but by forgiving, you basically release yourself. By forgiving, you free yourself.
Yes,
And
yes,
even though that person didn't do something good or hurt you emotionally, whatever, physically, but you still forgive them for yourself, not for them. Is that right?
that's right. That's exactly right. You do it for yourself. I don't need them to accept I'm sorry I did this. I don't need them to say, I forgive you. I don't need that. I hope they would say that, but it's not necessary.
And you're not holding grudges.
No, life is too short to hold grudges. And I don't let people get me angry because whoever angers you controls you. And I'm
That's
definitely not the kind of woman who's going to let somebody control me. So, least of all, somebody who makes me angry.
that's a valid point. When people they can get to you,
Mhm.
they can control you.
Yes. And when you think about that, that's pretty shallow. I mean, I'm better than that. Have I ever been angry? Has anybody ever made me angry? Oh, yeah. Did it help me to stay angry? No. Because you focus your energy then in the wrong area. You're looking at something that's negative and you're fueling that fire.
Yeah, well, you go where the energy goes. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I'm not into the drama and the trauma and all of this. Everybody's got their own things. And, in life, you never really know what somebody is going through, what they went through, what they will go through.
That's what I tell everybody. Don't judge people
Yeah.
because you don't know what he or she at that exact time is going through and you don't know about. And you judging those people based
Yeah.
on your own thing or based on the conclusion you draw or whatever, but you don't know what the other people are going through. It's
No,
not
you don't.
it's not good to judge people.
No, and I always ask a question. Do you want people to judge you? Well, and everybody's like, no, of course not. Well, then don't judge them. Everybody has their own life that they're responsible for. You are responsible for your own life. Let somebody else live their life. They're going to make mistakes the same way I make mistakes. You make mistakes.
Oh, we all do. I make mistakes every day, and if I don't make one today, I give myself 1 point for tomorrow. Then tomorrow I can make two.
That's
Like I
great.
tell, yeah, I tell everybody I make mistakes every day. We all human. We all make mistakes.
Right.
Elon Musk make mistakes. Jeff Bezos makes mistakes.
Right.
Everybody makes mistakes, and it's part of life. But we can just punish ourselves for our mistakes, or we can be positive and realistic and learn and grow and keep going forward. Is our choice. Marlene, I think everything is our choice. I got to the point that I told all my friends and my employees, I said, we have a choice doing this, we have a choice doing that. Which one
Right.
we're gonna do, and then you make a right choice, okay, good. You make a bad choice, this, but you make a bad choice, okay, now this has happened. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna no make a better choice? Where the motivateus.com is going, Marlene, for the what is the future of it?
Boy, that's a
What
great.
what is you planning to do?
Well, what I'm really kind of planning to do is I want to have some kind of a celebration to
Wow.
honor all the people who have contributed and visited over the years. So I'm going to try and get some of the contributors and the visitors together to help me with my putting together a list of all the people. So I'm going to assign pages to people and they can send me the names. And I want to have, it's going to be multiple pages on the website.
Have you ever thought about having like a in-person gathering, like invite anybody that they are in the area that using the site, or even they can fly, whatever. It's not just like a conference, but it's just kind of family reunion, something that, oh, we've been on the motivateus.com, let's all come together, get to know each other face to face. And
Yeah, that would be, you sound like Hank. Yeah, he's always kind of talked about that. He thought that would be a great idea. And I think it's a great idea myself.
I think you have a lot of users that they were willing to. I will be there.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll put a little flyer out and see what everybody thinks about that.
Yeah, and then we can just do it like this is just a thought registration fee that cover the cost, and everybody okay with that. And then we all get to know each other. Imagine all these people, they come from different walks of life. One purpose. Let's motivate each other.
Yes.
We can bring speakers. This is just my thought because I'm with you. I love what you guys do, and I'm willing to help as much as I can. And I have done before that. I spoke in the seminar, but it's amazing if we can bring all these people together and then we know each other. That's so fun.
Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be just so terrific. Yeah.
Talk to Hank about that.
Yes, exactly.
See what Hank is saying.
He's going to say the same thing you said. He's been saying it to me for years.
Then let's do it. Let's do it. What is the worst case scenario?
Everybody will show up.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. But you have a lot of work to do, and I know you are not gonna stop. I see it. You are always on the LinkedIn posting, liking, talking. That's Marlene. Nobody can change that.
No. And I'm not ready to stop. I am just not ready. People have said, "Oh, aren't you going to ever retire?" I said, "No, I'm not."
I don't think so myself, to be,
I want to be active all the time, and I want to be involved with people. I have my outside interests, my outside friends, my charities that I give to, that I love, just to help people who are a little less fortunate than me, because you know what? I've been there. I know what that's like. I feel for people. I really do.
Yeah, the same here. That's what you and I are here to help other people in any way we can through our own platforms.
Yes.
And people out there, if you're listening, you're watching, you can too. I don't know
Yes.
you. Yeah, I don't know you, but Marlene doesn't know you. But I can tell you this: we all have some gifts. We all gifted to do great things with whatever we have to help another person. Just figure it out. What can you do? Maybe that simple phone call. Maybe helping somebody with the grocery. I don't know. Maybe talk to a friend. Talk to your loved one, your parents, your husband, wife, partner.
Yes.
But we all can do great things. It's not all about money or giving or financial. Is that emotional, that human, that the emotions that will
Yes.
help us to get where we want to go. But Marlene, I can talk to you all day long, but I know you're busy. But thank you so much. I really appreciate for being here, listening to me,
Oh,
and it's been a long time. We were planning to do this, and I'm so happy we did it. And I'm sure you changing so many lives, and you're gonna keep doing it. And I'm here to support you any way I can, and I say it publicly, any way I can.
thank you,
And
Rami.
and, and I'm
Thank you.
here, and I look forward for many, 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 many years of friendship.
Yes,
And
and we will. And I love you dearly. And
thank you.
thank you for helping me and for encouraging me.
The same here, dear. The same here. The same
Yeah,
here. You're always
I
there
wish
for
you.
me. You're always there for me. But we talk soon, and then I wish you the best of the luck, and say hi to him for me.
I will.
Say hi.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Rami. I
Oh,
hope you
you're
have a great.
welcome. Say hi to Hank, and then we talk soon. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Marlene. You have a wonderful day.
you too.